Hi guys, it's Dave here from Metal Roos, and I have Olof from Enforcer here. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. What's the weather like there? Are you in Sweden?
I'm in Sweden right now. Yes, I am. It's I don't know. I haven't been out for days, honestly. It's cold, you know.
Yeah,
No, but it's definitely in the negatives today. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, it's about 30 degrees Celsius here, so it's it's quite warm.
yeah. Makes me excited to come down.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about, basically. So you'll be here. I've got dates in front of me. So 18th of the first through the 26th of the first next year. You excited?
Very excited. Very excited to play Australia for the first time. I've been wanting to come down for such a long time,
Yeah.
and finally we can make that happen, which is like super exciting to get down, do some shows, interact with the scene, meet like fans. I know that we've been having fans for so many years down there that's never had a chance to see us.
Yeah.
Super excited to see all the people, hang out with you guys, and just like have a blast.
Have you been to Australia before?
I have been to Australia. I've been to Sydney for a couple of days, a
Yep.
couple of years ago. Yeah, but that was just like me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. So not
Yeah, I
as
was
yeah.
yeah.
So you know what it's all about. What time of year did you come?
I
Summer
came
or
in September, I think, or maybe it was October 2017. I was in Sydney for a
okay.
few days. Except from the band, I do a lot of like sound production stuff. So I'd
Okay.
been to Fiji to record the TV show Survivor. I did sound production for Survivor for a couple of years.
Okay.
So I did
Yep.
that, and then I was traveling through, decided to stay a couple of days in Sydney, which I did, which I really liked. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Very different to Sweden.
I mean, like coming from Fiji was like coming back to civilization.
Yeah.
Not so different. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a after all, you have to, you have to think, you have to be aware of that. It's a European culture. You guys are like it's like yeah. So it feels like I would say like as coming from outside, it felt pretty British, but also like a little bit more modern perhaps than UK. But I already saw like Sydney.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
All right. So your latest release, 2022, was Nostalgia. So we'll be hearing a bit of that on the set list.
yeah. We included a couple of songs from the latest album, but overall we've been focusing on like celebrating 20 years of Enforcer. So we make like something of a set list which includes most of our major hits from the past 20 years,
Yeah.
including some deep cuts. So not this is it's not really a new album tour, but rather like a best of tour. Also because we've never been in Australia before, it's so we're pretty excited to do like that type of best of.
Yeah, that's good. And a lot of people here, unless they've come over to see you at some festivals or stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
European festivals, haven't seen you guys live. So that's exciting.
yeah. No, I'm super excited. Like I said, I know that we've been having fans in Australia for 20 years, and finally being able to come and see all the people is going to be great.
Yeah, totally. And you guys get classed as like new wave of traditional heavy metal. So how do you guys kind of feel about that title, and how's that kind of
I
feel?
mean, that's not really my words,
Yep.
and that definition didn't really exist for when we started the band or anything.
Yep.
But I'm happy to like be a part of a generation where that where we take metal back to its true roots.
Yep.
Whether it's traditional metal, is thrash, death, black, whatever is, I think that our generation is responsible a bit for taking things back a bit where they belong.
Yep. Yeah, get back to the roots.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
So heading over to some influences, you do a lot of the songwriting yourself?
Yeah, I would say it's different for every album. Like
Yep.
we've been making albums where it's been more collaborations with everybody who's been in the band at the time, and there's been like albums where I've done more myself, and it's more been albums where I've been collaborating with one or another member, like especially from the band to put out. It depends a little bit, you know. We've been doing this for 20 years, and everybody's going through phases, and sometimes a bunch of people are more inspired than other people, and then they come back and they, you know, it's really, you know, every album is pretty much, you know, it's a result of the era we are in at the moment with the band, you know.
Yep. So with the influences, what do you kind of draw from um, for what's kind of given you the inspiration to head back to that traditional stuff?
I mean, to me, like it's just a style. I mean,
Yep.
I would say that the genre is the icing on the cake. What's really important is the songwriting, and to
Yep.
do like to do songs that are actually songs, and that's the biggest, you know, achievement. A good song you can play on a acoustic guitar or a piano and sing along to, and it will still be a good song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's right.
a lot of people forget that when they're writing songs. They're so focused on like writing a genre, you know. But for me, that's not important. The production is just like how you sell an album. I write songs, and that should work in any context. We play this as heavy metal because heavy metal is the coolest style on earth.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So heading over to so you do sound production stuff.
I do.
Um, yeah. Do you do a lot of the production of your albums?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I've been involved with production of every album we've done.
Yep. Yep. To what
More or
kind
less.
of capacity?
Huh?
To what capacity you're doing the recording as well? Are you
Yeah, the latest album I did, like, except from songwriting and all that, I did the entire production from recording to mix. So it was an exhausting process, but
yeah.
eventually worth it because you get stuff exactly the way you want them. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Do you find it I play in bands as well, and I do mixing and stuff like that as well, have my own studio. Do you find it kind of lengthens the time, or do you I find
I
it
think,
kind of lengthens
oh,
the
well,
whole
well,
process?
like at album number 6, I'm pretty confident in what I want and when I know when I'm done.
Yeah,
And I think that's an important, you know, wisdom that you should know when you're done, because otherwise you just continue, and you basically don't work on anything, but you never get anywhere. So
yeah,
I think, you know, I think before I start with the production, I have something in mind. I want it to sound like this, and you know, get some references down, and you know, and have an idea of how you want to produce it. You know, you can, yeah. But I was just putting together a portfolio actually of the mix work that I've been doing, and I listened back to some stuff, um, some stuff which I'm happy with, and some stuff which I'm not happy with at all. But what it
yeah,
comes down to, you know, when it comes to mixing, is everything. The sound is in the production. The mix is just like making it ready. But you know, when you choose the amps, when you choose the kick drum or the snare drum, and when you choose the room you're recording, it's everything is in the production. And I think that's really important to know. And with that in mind, you make active decisions all the time when you're recording.
yeah,
You make a decision about what room you record in. You make an active decision in which cab you're playing through, and
yeah,
all that. And the rest is just like evening stuff out. But yeah, so therefore, I think the mix process shouldn't be. It isn't as hard as it should be, because you should already have made all the decisions on how you want to sound like.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
And good mic placement, good room sound. You're going to make
yeah,
the mixing
yeah,
part just a whole lot easier.
yeah. It's not even easier, but it's crucial. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't, because I listened back to some of the records that I've been mixing. It's, you
yeah,
know, compared to the albums that I've been producing, and it's day and night, I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not that it's easier. It's just like, yeah, it's just everything is in the production.
Yeah. So with the production, just kind of looking behind you, you got your stack of amps there, and
Yeah.
looks like some tour stuff.
Yeah.
JCM 800 there, is it, or 900?
It's on top it's a 1979 JMP,
Yeah.
and underneath it's like a 900.
Yeah, 900. So if you were to pick your kind of the main guitar sound for your like for Enforcer's albums,
Yeah.
what would you kind of pick first? Obviously you're going to layer and do some of that, but what do you hit?
I mean, my go-to tone has been like 2203, the 50-watt version of the JMP 1980.
Yep.
That's like my go-to sound. And then another, I mean, everybody's really focused on amps, but I would like to talk about cabs, how
Cabs are the
incredibly important the cabs are for your guitar tone.
Yep.
And I've been going on and off a bit between greenbacks and V30s, and I can't really
Yep.
decide. I think the best thing is perhaps a blend between
Mix.
30s and the greenbacks. The greenbacks have a really nice saturation, while
Yep.
the V30s really cut through somehow. But yeah, I think that's way more important than the actual amp, to be
I
honest.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Yeah, I've a heap of cabs in mine, and same thing.
Yeah.
Greenback cabs, V30 cabs, some creambacks as well, and
Yeah.
great.
So for a guitar tone, that's crucial.
Yep.
Way more crucial than having like a fancy pedal board. And once you have that sorted out, you just need an SM57 to capture it, and that's
Yep.
it. You don't need like fancy triple mic shit. Just like SM57 is the way to go.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll pull it up there. We're about on time, but we're looking forward to seeing you guys out here. I'll be in the Newcastle show actually. That's up near
Awesome.
where I
Yeah.
live. Yep. So
Yeah.
I'll see you there.
I'm super excited. See you there.
Thanks heaps for your time as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Take it easy. I'll see you.
All right. See ya.